Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The same piece of equipment that stops a bullet that's being aimed at one of our military personnel is the same piece of equipment that stops a bullet being aimed at law enforcement.
Tough words from Cass County Sheriff Paul Laney as the Obama administration continues seizing military surplus equipment from law enforcement agencies nationwide. Thanks for joining us tonight.
The executive order was issued by President Barack Obama following the Ferguson, Missouri protests. It spells out which equipment will no longer be handed out to local departments and lists new rules for the police.
The Valley News Team's Bradford Eric sits down with Sheriff Laney, a member of the National Sheriff's Association, to find out how he says cities nationwide are being handcuffed from keeping you safe.
And when you're being shot at as say a young Marine, like where I came from, or you're being shot at as a young law enforcement officer like the uniform I wear now, you just want something to stop that bullet.
Sheriff Paul Laney says it's frustrating and frightening as the government carries out the orders of President Obama.
Let's say we have an armed situation out on a farmstead during a snowstorm or during a flood or during heavy rains or that type of thing. I don't have the ability to get any kind of a piece of equipment to be able to go deal with that unless I ask the taxpayers to give me $250,000 or more to go do that.
He's referring to the 1033 program created in 1997 to transfer excess military equipment to police. The taxpayers paid for the equipment, and the program stripped the firepower from armored vehicles, making them empty bullet-stopping protectors. But the new executive order specifically prohibits vehicles with tracks.
I mean, I've seen tracks on wheelchairs that allow people to go up steps. It's not to look mean, it's to traverse terrain.
Sheriff Laney adds that a vehicle with tracks is critical to responding in our area, but they can't get one unless taxpayers pony up again.
We don't have a tracked vehicle here in Cass County. Our Bearcat is a wheeled vehicle, but it was bought under federal funds, so it's going to come under all those federal restrictions.
This is what the Red River Valley SWAT currently owns. An 18,000-pound armor-plated, upgraded Ford truck with gun-firing ports, a hatch on top, and no offensive weaponry. The executive order, placing restrictions on its use, even says, quote, "These vehicles can provide critical officer and civilian safety protection and transport into and out of high-risk situations."
And so if a civilian or officer or anyone needed to be rescued in a hot situation, we would use this vehicle to do that, and this vehicle would be used to transport out of that hot situation and get that person to hospital as quickly as possible.
Lieutenant Bill Offelt gave me a tour of the Bearcat, and you can see it's just an empty vehicle. They've only had this for a couple of years. Before this, SWAT had little protection.
We used body bunkers, was what they were called, and those were a smaller piece of equipment that afforded us some ballistic protection, you know, for handgun rounds. The assault type weapons that we have now, those pieces of equipment wouldn't stop those rounds.
Sergeant Jesse Johnner says they were afforded little protection from even hunting rifles prior to the Bearcat. And with a response area covering the entire southeast portion of the state, it was frightening. But fear is what Sheriff Laney says lies at the heart of the president's executive order.
You can't blame the cops for society's dysfunction. I think what society needs to do is looking at itself. If there are communities where there's dysfunction within that community, then look within that community. Look to its leadership, look to its culture, look to whatever's happening, and fix it within that community.
Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Laney says other things that fall under the executive order are certain types of ammunition or camouflage uniforms that now cannot be used in specific circumstances. You can read the executive order for yourself. We have posted a link with this story on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com.
Investigators say an early morning fire in Grand Forks is suspicious, and they're trying to determine if racist graffiti on the coffee shop is linked to the fire. The Somalian-operated Juba Coffee Shop on South Washington Street suffered $90,000 in fire and smoke damage. Late this afternoon, investigators told us it was started on purpose. A friend of the owner says he believes the fire is tied to an incident last Friday. A Nazi symbol, along with the words "Go Home," were painted on the window.
We're not going to judge all the people, but there's some bad people living in Grand Forks doing this stuff, and I don't know what their agenda is, and I don't know what they're mean to, but it's something that's not unacceptable.
This afternoon, the city of Grand Forks released a statement on behalf of the mayor, Mike Brown, who said the city's thoughts and prayers are with those affected by the cafe fire.
Well, it's another quiet day out there with temperatures about average and pretty mild for December. Let's head over to Hutch Johnson to see what we can look forward to tonight. Hutch?
Thanks, Stephanie. We do have some clouds that have been with us throughout the day that are beginning to clear off in the valley and points west. The sprinkles are moving rapidly off to the east. It's all fairly light and is for the most part moving out of our viewing area. Otter Tail County, Grant County, and out towards Hubbard and southern Beltrami County. Still seeing a few sprinkles. Out to the far west, we're seeing a system develop out in portions of Saskatoon. That will be heading our way for tomorrow, but for this evening, very quiet. Cooling pretty rapidly with these clear skies, so watch out for some frosty and slippery sidewalks. I'll talk about a chance of snow in our extended forecast here in a couple of moments, but for now, still mild.
And I think some people will be a little bit excited to see some of that snow.
I think there are people who are ready to play in the snow.
All right. Thanks, Hutch.
Tonight we have an exclusive look into package thieves that are ripping off Christmas presents here in the Red River Valley. Well, just like the popular Christmas song, police are singing a familiar tune that you better watch out, you better not cry, and they're telling you why.
Exactly. We told you last week to beware of people stealing packages left on your doorstep or apartment. Tonight, we show you a Moorhead man who called our whistleblower hotline saying he caught the thieves on camera. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson has our report and exclusive video.
Josh Strand
traffic all around.
Says it was a typical day in this family-friendly Moorhead neighborhood.
We knew there was packages coming and I didn't see any on the front step because usually they'll tuck them like behind the column or something.
Strand was coming home after picking up his 2 boys from daycare.
I saw some footprints kind of going up and back and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Kind of weird. There were no boxes because his wife got a delivery confirmation alert on her phone a couple hours earlier.
We see it happen every year and the stories every year and you just kind of think like, well, it would never happen. You just don't think it's going to happen to you.
Thankfully, Strand's neighbor had these security cameras. You can see a silver van pulling up, people getting out, and taking his boxes. It happened just 4 minutes after they were delivered.
In the video, it looks like almost like a teenage kid that gets out and, you know, all geared up in snow pants and jacket and everything. And he went up and grabbed the package the first time and got it in the van and then went back a second time.
You know, there are people out there that are going to be opportunists that are going to look for something of value that they can get very easily, and it is difficult to catch these subjects.
You know, because that's what we were hoping is we could maybe catch a license plate or something like that. So, but by the time you zoom in, everything is so fuzzy.
Strand has reordered his gifts and is shipping them to grandma's from now on, and he's thankful his neighbor was watching. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you're worried about your packages getting stolen, police have a few tips. Sign up for courier alerts, talk to your neighbors, download a tracking app, or install security cameras. And if you need help uncovering something suspicious in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our very best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576. Leave your tip and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work exposing the truth.
Vandals broke into a South Moorhead church overnight. It happened at the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd. That's located on 40th Avenue. 2 windows are broken as a result. One of them a stained glass window, described as one of the hallmarks of this church. Senior pastor Dan Dorfeld says they still haven't found anything missing. He says they did find 2 broken pickle jars, one inside the church, the other outside.
The Dilworth Police Department is about to become one of the first in the Southern Valley to get the much talked about body cameras. They'll be used to essentially record what an officer does, what contact he or she makes every day. Chief Ty Sharp says all 10 officers will be equipped with the camera system next month. They'll replace the car-mounted cameras, and Sharp says that will be a huge improvement. He says it will take the department's documentation of calls from 5 to about 10% up to 95%. The camera system costs about $7,000, and there's an annual $3,000 maintenance and video storage fee. Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo departments are looking, but they've not yet made the jump to body cams.
Tuesday, it means time for a restaurant report card. On Valley News Live 10 at 10 tonight, our Christine Stanwood is going to zero in on which Fargo restaurants have some unusual violations and which one gets our Clean Plate Award.
Looking for something fun to do outdoors this winter season? Later on Valley News Live at 6, how Detroit Mountain might be the place for you.
And as forecast, 39 your high temperature in Fargo today, mid-40s Jamestown to Langdon. Beautiful sunset, but we have changes to talk about. Your hour-by-hour forecast is next.